My people established a new colony on Haven. It was going well, but now the colony's gone dark. They're not responding on any frequency. We need to get there and see what the situation is. They might have been exposed to the Zerg virus, and they are on the verge of Protoss space. Jim, I'm worried that something has gone very wrong.
We're almost to Haven, but there's still been no contact from... Sir, there's a Protoss fleet holding in orbit. They're disrupting all communications to the surface, and it looks like they're powering up their main weapons.
Jim, you have to stop this.
Matt, open a channel to the Protoss. Let's see how diplomatic they're feeling.
Intaro Tassadar, James Raynor. I am Executor Celendis. Your bravery and service to Ire are known to us.
Intaro Tassadar, Celendis. Listen, with all due respect, your fleet needs to pull back. The people on Haven are no threat to you.
Our observers detected Zerg hive spores infesting the colonists. They must be purified. If you wish to undertake this mission in our stead, we will permit it.
Jim, some of my people are infested. But you can't let the Protoss just destroy them all. If you keep the Protoss at bay, I know I can find a cure for the infestation.
The only cure for Zerg infestation is purification by fire. You know this to be true, James Raynor.
I can cure them, Jim. Believe me.
If you choose to resist us, we will meet in glorious combat. The choice is yours, James Raynor. We await your answer.
Hey all, this is Glam Rebecca, and in today's video we are playing Haven. This is the Starcraft 2 Safe Haven or Purifying the Colony episode. This took me forever to do.
I'm so sorry, Ariel. But the Executor's right. Believe me, they wouldn't have come all the way here if their data wasn't conclusive. Call off your fleet, Celendis. This is a Terran thing. I'll handle it myself.
What? This isn't right. I thought you were a better man than this, Jim.
Ariel, if there was a cure, you would have found it by now. The only thing we can do is put an end to this once and for all.
I won't accept that. Every one of my people can be saved. I'm close to finding the cure, I know it.
Honor to you, James Raynor. You were ever a true friend of the Protoss. Although this work is painful for you, many more lives will be saved by your actions this day.
We've all laid it on the line for these folks more than once. But there's only one way we can help them now. We've got to save the ones we can, and kill the rest. I know it's terrible, but if we wipe out these infested settlements, we'll save the whole damn planet from being overrun.
Ain't nothing a little fire won't cure. A lot of ground to cover, though. We ain't got enough troops to be everywhere at once.
Don't worry about it. Swan's already got that covered.
Yeah, I got you covered. Had to call in a few favors to get the schematics for these babies. You owe me big time, cowboy. Don't forget, these bad boys can switch between air and ground mode anytime you need them to.
Those Vikings will make all the difference. But it looks like some of the infested colonists are turning already.
And those structures are infesting more of them.
Let's just get this done.
This video was originally over an hour long. I have all the other parts of it sped up ×2 just so we can get through this a little faster. And then there is a cutscene at the very end of this where you see like some regular cutscenes. So if you guys want to dip out at the score screen, then feel free. But I will be coming back here in just a minute and talking about strategy, how many times it took me to play this flippin' map, how hard it was. I'm trying to remember all the steps and stuff. Yeah, this is a humdinger.
Infestation source detected.
Sir, that virophage structure is spreading the Zerg virus to the colonists. We've got to destroy all the virophages. The more of them there are, the more infested we'll have to fight. Sir, I'm detecting some large Zerg flyers. They match the reported profiles for broodlords. Be careful. They're lethal against ground targets.
Then we'll hit them from the air. Where are my Vikings at?
Bad news? Huh?
Stay sharp. I want anyone that leaves the ship wearing a suit. Last thing I need is more people getting infested.
They infest Marines too, brother.
My orders still stand. Shouldn't be a problem for you though, Tychus.
SCV ready.
Okay, so if you guys are not new to my channel, then you know that I used to put up these Starcraft videos every Saturday, and I didn't have any recorded for a while because this episode right here kicked my butt. I filmed this same episode more than 10 times, and I kept getting frustrated or losing, or my strategy wasn't working out, so I figured I would try it again and win, and I would only edit the one that I won. This took me over an hour to do. It was very lengthy. The biggest thing here with Zerg, anything against Zerg, you need fire. So you're going to need your Hellbats, and you're going to need those little dune bug looking bikes that have the flamethrowers that they have on it. But also you need ranged units like your siege tanks, where you can set up siege tanks at like your bases to protect stuff. Then of course you also need your what are they, Valkyries, Vulcans, whatever, the ones that can convert. The air support that you have that are right there on the screen where you can see them. I can't quite tell what they're called. There we go. Mouse over that dumbass. No, go back. Go back. Nah, fuck. Anyways, so this took me a while to get done, just for the simple fact of I kept losing like my ships and stuff, and then I kept, oh, Vikings. They're called Vikings. There you go. I finally clicked on a singular one. And there's two entrances into your main base that's on this far left side. You have a base that is directly below you that they go and try and infest first. So you need to build fire, and those Vikings so that you can kick that out first, because that's where they're going to go. You take the base out that's just where you see me going over here where that thing is puking on the ground. You take that out first. Then you go south. So you need to get your stuff geared up, and you really don't want your guys on the ground like that. That assault mode, you need to keep them off the ground and get your fire guys over there unless you have support, because as long as that thing's puking on the ground, you're going to be basically hosed. So I made some mistakes doing that and sending some people in, but as you see, I've got other guys coming up the ramp now to provide support, but of course all my fire guys are gone. So take that base out first, go south. Get all your guys ready and able to go south as soon as you get that one taken care of. Then once you get that one taken care of, take care of that one in the very top in the middle.
That settlement has been cleared of Zerg biosignatures. Well done, sir.
I'm in a heap of trouble.
I only have certain parts of this sped up, so anytime there's like other characters and stuff talking, you'll see me like have like regular speed, and I won't be talking over them. But this map is a lot of work. Anytime you see an overlord going anywhere, kill it.
Ready to raise some hell.
The infested are heading to a settlement in the south.
Okay, so now that first base is down, you need to prepare for that bottom base. The bottom base is going to be hard to do. There are several of those broodlords that are there. You want to take out any of the overlords that can transport shit. You need to make sure that you have those sensor towers that I'm building right there. You need to make sure that those are up so you can see stuff coming, because there are... that guy there, the Spore, whatever his name is, that's there where he'll like shoot your guys, but also then you have the other ones, the broodlords, where they send out like these little stingray looking guys on the ground and they attack your ground troops. So send your Vikings in first, get the air stuff killed first, But remember, there are troops that they have that are kind of like the Marines, where they can shoot air targets as well. So you have to be careful about that and have stuff on the ground as well at a distance so that you could be prepared for that. That's why I'm setting up a bunker. I'm setting up some aerial support towers and stuff so that I have the support that I need. Ah, shit. That's when you accidentally select all your people and you don't mean to do that. So anyways, why I didn't just put those people, the Marines, in a bunker, I don't know. That would have been easier to put them in the bunker. Okay, see how I've got them stationed down below? Then I'm sending in my air support. That way.
The Zerg have fully infested a settlement, sir. But we still need to destroy the structure there to stop it from spreading further.
I have the people down below that are also attacking stuff, but I only have the one Viking. That is a huge mistake. You need to make sure that you have more than one Viking so that you can provide proper air support, because you need those guys taken out faster. There we go. We got a couple more built. So let's get those bad boys going down there. So the biggest thing I can say right now is to build up your defenses first and make sure that you have enough troops to take out each of the brood lords that will be sending those little stingray looking things out, and then you can get your resources and stuff built up. You need to also be working on, I would say you could skip your research on that, but I would recommend not skipping the research because you're gonna need it. The more you can research, the more you can buff up like your troops and have like extra
Additional supply depots required.
Warning. Class 5 biosignature detected converging on the command center.
health and stuff like that, the better you're going to be overall, which is why I have you know, I'm currently building the one building that I'm building so that
Additional supply depots required.
Sir, another settlement is being infested by the Zerg.
we have the ability to research. Always upgrading research can be a benefit at any time because of the fact that, you know, it makes the abilities of your troops last a little bit longer. They're a little bit better suited for...
Sir, Stedman says Dr. Hansen has locked herself in the lab. Alone. She's desperate to save her people. I'm worried about what she might do.
For certain things, so that way you know that when you are up against the Zerg, if your Marines need extra health or they have better armor or something, they're going to last a little bit longer. So that's less resources you're going to spend in the long run replacing troops, even though it's going to cost it in the short term with the research.
Scanners indicate that settlement is now clean, sir.
Ready to plunder.
So now that that bottom base is down, you need to focus on going straight up. That center map and the very, very top center is where you're going to go next. And if you look, there's a whole bunch of red shit on the map coming my way. I need to make sure that I get everybody over there so that I can provide support and get everybody covered so that they don't destroy my base. So when you want to make sure that you keep troops on both sides. If you notice, I've got a siege tank there. I've got the troops and stuff there that are needed in order to defend that entrance. So try not to move all your troops at once, because I made the mistake and did that and lost quick.
I'm sorry, sir, but we've lost a second settlement to the Zerg.
There's also other resources on the map, so if you use one of your Vikings to scout the map, there's like Vespine gas that you'll find, there's crystals and stuff sometimes you'll find. So send those little guys around to scout.
Warning. Class 5 biosignature detected converging on the command center.
Ready to go.
Because you just never know where you're going to find resources and stuff. And I got one guy just hanging out there all the way in the north. He's just up there all by himself. So I am working my way up to that northern spot. If you notice that I am currently working up that way so that I can you know, get that top base. Plus, there's also a place up there to farm for crystal and stuff. There's another base down there at the bottom as well. This Zerg, there it is right there. See the hive. So you want to stay away from that for the most part until you have enough troops to do that. I was kind of stupid and sent my Viking down there to get gas and stuff, but I was too close to the base, and you know, their little aerial guys shot me out of the sky. So now I'm currently working on moving my guys north so that we can take over that base up there, and then I'm going to start inundating that top base with troops.
Another settlement is coming under attack.
Bad news.
Okay, and so by now you've probably heard another settlement is coming under attack. You need to get down there and stop it before the infestation gets a hold, blah, blah, blah. You're going to hear that so much, you're going to get so fed up with it. So my biggest thing is with that, work at your own pace. If stuff is moving a little too quick for you, then work as fast as you can. Try and clear out some of those spaces as you go along. Once you get that top middle base done, then you're going to want to go further over to the right. And then you're going to want to take out that one in the middle and then the one over on the far right. And then go down from there. Work your way counterclockwise on this map. Once you take out the base to the right of you and the base below you, then once you go to that top, that very top middle base where I'm at right now, that's where I want you to work counterclockwise. And if you want to do like the outer method, you can do that. Also, pay attention. You'll see there's like a bunch of red coming on the map now that I've got 3 sensor towers up. Keep an eye on that red. It could be brood lords, it could be flying troops, it could be anything heading my direction. So you need to make sure that you have the marine barracks there. You need to make sure that you have the aerial towers there so that they can defend as well, so that any air targets or whatever that are coming in, you have the support that you need in order to...
The infestation's overwhelmed another settlement. There's no stopping this thing.
Protect your base. Also, when it comes to taking over that top base, protect it as best as you can with the troops, because you're going to be getting a lot of those big abomination looking things coming at you, and those are kind of tough and they will do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. You also have to wait for the Zerg presence, that purplish black stuff on the screen, to go away before you can build. So you need to destroy.
All right, this sector is clear. Nice work, boys. Now move on to the next area.
The buildings, and make sure that you destroy all of this Zerg infestation in an area in order to build on it, because as you can see, I'm having a difficulty building on it. Okay, so now that I've got those guys protected and they are ready to take over this base almost, I can almost build in that spot. I hate how slow it is to get that to build there. And you can build it somewhere else and then just move it. It's just kind of a pain in the ass to do that. And I probably should have done that before, but I didn't, because, again, I need to that shit. Okay, so now I am moving on to the next area where I'm going to attack.
Sir, the infested are closing in on a settlement to the north.
Bad news.
The reason I was going to that area next is because I knew that the infestation would drop there and that they would try and send people there. So I wanted to make sure that I had it covered, because as you can see, the virophage is just now starting to build and I had easy pickings to take it.
Thanks.
Warning. Class 5 biosignature detected converging on the command center.
So thankfully I was able to get that base cleared off really quickly, and now I'm moving down to one of the spots that I didn't get, you know, because Matt was like freaking out, oh my god, they're taking it over, another spot, help. So yeah, I wasn't too worried about that. I knew I would be able to do it. It just was one of those things that I had to hurry up and wait on. And like I said, I work kind of counterclockwise. Once I get those first 2 bases taken out, oh look, there's more dots on the map moving. Ah shit, hang on, here we go.
There are no more Zerg left in that settlement.
Not enough minerals.
One thing I do regret doing is when I took over the top base is I kind of did not leave enough people to defend some of the other places. Now you can see that those red dots went away, so what I had built up there, that kind of wall with the siege tanks and all the aerial support and stuff that I had built, kind of helped out in a way where I didn't have to worry about too much stuff getting past me. But if you look, I'm getting inundated with stuff in the middle of the map. So it was probably a good idea to continue to build and send stuff up there to protect it. And as you can see, I'm getting ready to send stuff there because I just clicked on the map to go over there to go, oh, hey, what's going on? Maybe I need to move some stuff, which I ended up doing because I knew that I needed to get that middle of the map protected, because they're gonna continue to send stuff at my base at the top and maybe at the far left if I don't do something about it. So that was one of my missions, was to get the middle of that road protected so that they would stop trying to go after my base, and that I kept that a little bit more protected. And I kind of staggered my siege tanks for a reason, so that way I had more coverage just in case something got past the first one. The second one would take them out.
Sir,
And that's kind of my strategy all along with doing that.
Mineral field depleted. Warning. Class 5 biosignature detected converging on the command center. Minerals.
Now, when it comes to this one here on the plateau, I would say leave all your guys at the base of the plateau first. Make sure all of your troops are there before you send anything in, because I realized that if you look, I only have 12 troops left. So when I went up on that plateau, I thought I had more troops than I did, and I went in there all Billy Badass. I got my ass beat. So then I had to go, oh shit, and I had to go build a bunch more stuff. And because I basically ran out of crystal and Vespine and stuff at the other base, I had to rely on the top base in order to provide the crystal that I needed in order to build troops again, because, well, I kind of fucked up. And like I said, I needed to wait before I went running in there, and I didn't. So now I'm making sure that I correct that, and I'm sending everybody there to the center so that I have like a staging ground. I'm building support stuff there so that I have that as well. So not only do I have the siege tanks for backup that hit stuff at range, but I'm also building one of those barracks that can shoot at stuff, because I need to, there's all those bases right there, and I need to make sure all of my troops are in one spot so that I can get them all moved over. I'm also still building, you know, the housing for my humans, because I can hold up to 200 people.
Damn, they're relentless. They've got another settlement.
Mineral field depleted.
And if you look, I keep building and building and building those supply depots, because you can hold up to 200, and I'm at 174 right now. I only have 74-ish being used right now for troops and stuff, and that's because, of course, you know, I'm currently attacking again. And that's another thing that I do, is I continually like kind of creep up my siege tanks so that I have more support at range, so that I can kind of pew stuff along the way. It's kind of smart.
Warning. Class 5 biosignature detected converging on the command center.
And the reason I did that was because I found that stuff was constantly running off those ramps, and I needed to make sure that I had that stuff covered. So I tried to make sure that I had siege tanks at a distance so that it was constantly pew-pewing at stuff, so that I didn't have to worry about anything getting past my guys.
What's going on? Ready to raise some hell?
Sir, the infested are closing in on a settlement to the north.
So basically, the way I recommend doing this is play at your own pace, build, constantly have stuff building at all times. You will need to make sure that you take enough of your time to build up and research and stuff like that.
You've destroyed the last of the Zerg at that settlement.
And then be methodical about it. If you want to do like what I'm doing, where I go one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and then take them out one at a time, that way I'm moving in a cohesive means, then I recommend doing that if that style fits you best. Because I found that trying to send two sets of troops, one to the top, one to the bottom, I ended up losing all my troops, and I kind of got my ass beat up on that. So I was like, okay, so what I need to do is be a little bit more methodical about stuff and go in as a group, make sure that I'm prepared, and then send everybody in. Oh, look, they're back at the top trying to build shit up there again. Hang on, let me go beat them up. So, word of advice, build at your own pace, but make sure that you are constantly building at a steady pace that will not only combat what's going on with the Zerg, but also will protect you in the long run, because you don't want those guys taking over again. And as you saw with the top, they just went back there after I deleted the last base, and they came back again. Determined.
Warning. Class 5 biosignature detected converging on the command center.
Big job, huh?
So keeping an eye on the map, making sure that you're aware of what's going on, making sure that you have the coverage that you need in all areas, whether it is ground support, range support with your siege tanks, air support with the Vikings. Always make sure, if you have, out of every 5 regular troops, you need at least 1 healer. I usually try and do a 4-to-1 ratio. And see, there was that that damn broodlord thing that was running by that was gonna go try and drop something somewhere else to infest that. So I shot his butt out of the sky. Because those overlords can carry troops, and the overlord will carry like builders and shit, and they'll just drop them in the area, and the the overlords just kind of go do 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 do.
Good job, sir. I'm picking up 2 more concentrations of Zerg biosignatures.
In the rear with the gear.
Then the other assholes just kind of run around and build stuff while they're just kind of hanging out. So keep an eye on those broodlords, or the overlords, because they are kind of like your worst enemy when it comes to this. And that third map that you just saw me go to, that third spot on the map, that far right hand side, those are the only 3 farming areas that you have. If you run out of crystals and you don't have any more, you're shit out of luck. You've got the far left, the top, and the far right, but you really kind of have to clear your way in order to get to it. And we are fixing to win. Are you guys ready?
Armed and ready.
That settlement has been cleared of Zerg biosignatures. Well done, sir.
Ready, Bugger.
So, like I said, in the beginning, this took me about an hour to do. Everything that I could speed up ×2 without like regular talking, I did speed up ×2. All the cutscene stuff is at the very end. So if you guys want to dip out here in just a minute after the scorecard, feel free, but I like leaving the cutscenes in because some people don't watch the cutscenes. And like I said, this was a humdinger of a map. It was hard for me to do. It was hard to try and remember all the different aspects and stuff. And the fact that you were constantly being battered with, Zerg constantly, and the infested, they just keep coming. You need to stay on your toes with this one. And like I said, it is a difficult map. Stay busy, stay building, stay researching, whatever you need to do in order to make sure that your guys have the best equipment and that you constantly have a steady stream of new support coming in. Do it, because this map can be rather difficult. So anyways, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this session. I'm going to be closing this out here in a little bit, and then you guys can enjoy the rest of the video on your own. Thank you for coming. I've got several more of these I can finally edit now that I got this one beat. See you in the next video.
Sir, it's done. I'm not detecting any more Zerg, but we have a problem in the lab.
You gonna give me orders?
Ariel. You in here? Matt, seal all access points.
Will you enjoy it? Will you enjoy killing me? Like you killed my children?
You're infested. You're dead already.
Do it. Finish it.
You gonna tell me I told you so? That we never should have gone to Agri in the first place?
I ain't about to kick dirt on you when you're down. Just some bad luck is all. Besides, I'm sure your Protoss buddies are real proud of you.
It was our own mess to clean up. I don't give a damn what the Protoss think.
I heard about what went down in the lab. Pity that. But don't let yourself get distracted from what has to be done. Take my advice. Keep it simple. No attachments. No strings. Just you against the universe.
Sometimes I feel like anything I start caring about just gets destroyed.
Not your fault. Did you ever stop and think what had happened if all those refugees from Agria had gone to the core worlds? That Hansen was a honey trap right from the start.
You came to the right place.
Your best and only source for news. This is Donnie Vermillion for UNN. Refugees continue to flood Dominion space. They can't seem to find a safe planet anywhere, and they're showing up on our doorsteps.
Donnie, Emperor Mengsk today announced that he's ordered the fleet to turn away refugee ships that enter core world systems, which raises the question, will Dominion ships really fire on unarmed civilian vessels? General Warfield had this to say.
All our efforts at this time are focused on halting the Zerg advance on the core world.
In other words, the General dodged the question. If Dominion forces fire on unarmed civilians...
Now, Kate, we can't second-guess our boys in the field, can we? You heard it here first. For UNN, I'm Donnie Vermillion.
Old Mengsk is finding that running an empire ain't all it's cracked up to be.
I'm pleased to see these things haven't blown up the ship. Yet.
Sir, given the visual similarity between the various pieces, have you considered that they might combine to create a larger, more distinct object?
With everything else going on, Stedman, I couldn't care less what they do. Just that we get paid when we finally hand them over to the Mobius boys.
Do you think we could have saved more of those colonists?
Honest? No. And you got your head up your ass if you think any different.
There had to be a better answer, though. Maybe if we caught it earlier.
Look, if the Protoss, with all their tech, psionics, and big freaking alien brains couldn't do anything for them, there ain't nothing we could have done. Sometimes life's just rough that way.